Morning, good morning. Hello, everyone.
So you're in a hurry? Well, you better calm down. We're all friends around you, just join the fun. 'Cause if you're in a hurry, you're missing the point. Should enjoy the fruits of life instead of chasing coins. Because it's a beautiful day.
Beautiful day. Good morning, Rick.
Isn't all? So come on, let's play. Forget the rush you're in and find a good spot. Sit down and join us as we sing a good song. Keep back, relax, and just follow along. Oh, we got plenty of time. Taking it easy won't cost you a dime. Throw another log onto the fire. Because it's a beautiful day. And come on, let's play.
Hey, wow, Wednesday. Hello. Rick, Morrow, and Josie. Blue, oh my goodness. My little gizmo. He can be a little mischievous, but I'm sure he is proud of what he did. Good morning, everyone. Hello, Deirdre. Thank you for sharing. Catherine Kovacs, good morning. Yeah, this computer is getting on my last nerve, but it finally opened up. It's finally letting us be together. So let's just enjoy that fact. And let's go into our hearts, connecting in the heart and the brain together, slowing down the breath, and adding in the joy. Joy that we are here together. Joy comes in the morning with the Morning Cuppa JoY. As you're feeling into your joy, feeling into connecting the heart and the brain, just see what your wow is today. What's your wow? What's blowing you away? For me, there's another day. There's another opportunity. I'm so grateful. I am ready for whatever this day brings. I am full of excitement, full of wonder. I am loving life. I am amazed at each miracle that shows up for myself and for all of you as you share those with me. I am joy. I am love. I am light. And I am peace. And I am so happy to see all of you here. Good morning, Auntie Jean. Catherine Kovacs, you're going to play bocce ball today. I have never done that. You're going to have to teach me when I come back into Florida. That will be quite the experience, won't it? Deirdre, I am living in a convoluted universe, gratefully. You know, that Dolores really blows my mind sometimes. And I was listening to her yesterday for a bit, talking about the convoluted universe. And wow, you know, you can really go into a lot of questioning, a lot of the deep dive of what everything is all about, and all of the beautiful information that Dolores Cannon channeled in for us. And she was our pioneer. She was like, she did so many firsts during her life. And I was thinking about that last night before I went to bed. I think that's why I had so many dreams overnight. I was connecting in with her energy. But I was thinking about the fact that she was here with us on the planet the same time as Yogananda. Now, I don't believe in coincidences or accidents. So I think there was something there with the two of them. I think they both had this agreement to be pioneers, to be the ones that would make us think, that would open doors, that would help us to see more than just this physical experience that we're having here on Earth. And when we look at people like that, like Dolores, and she channeled in Nostradamus, she really connected in with a lot of what he did and what he was saying. And it was just so powerful to listen to her. And if you just listen to her, not knowing her history, not knowing the history of, oh my gosh, she was a first with a lot of this information and a lot of these things that she did. If you listen to her with what we know today and the way the world is today, you'd be like, oh, she's, she wasn't anything special. But wow, was she, though? She was one of the first to travel the world to talk about spirituality and to talk about the universe and what that's all about, and past life regressions. She's amazing. And have a special treat coming up at our retreat in October, and it has to do with past life regressions. Gonna give a little teaser there. Leo, good morning, our Leo. We wish you a fantastic day as well. Thank you for being with us this morning. Sally De La Rosa, good morning to you. Deirdre says, Cryon says that's how inventions work. More than one human gets that same message. Oh, Deirdre, there's been so many times when I'll get a message from the angels, and then I'll see it somewhere else. Somebody else is talking about it or bringing that same message through. And absolutely, I don't have any doubt that there's more than one of us at a time that gets the same idea, gets the same thought. It's the ones that speak it that we hear it from, right? But I think that more than one person is inspired to have that thought. I was thinking about that when Time Heals was channeled in, the energy healing modality that I work with. And I thought, why me? Angels, why are you giving me this information? And it's so beautiful and so powerful. And I know that there are other people that got the same message. I know there were people that know how to do the modality. They just, are hearing it from those of us who spoke it and who brought it forth into the world, because that was what they told me. They said, now take it out there and do it. And when I questioned, and I sat with the angels and I said, why was this so easy for me to just remember it, to do it, to know it? And they said, because it's not the first time. You've done this in many lifetimes. And I think that's what a lot of us are experiencing is on other dimensions, other timelines. We are doing the things that we're doing now in this timeline, in this 3D world. And we can go down that trail all day long about dimensions and universes. And we can get mind blown by so many things when we really listen to the scientists, where they talk about all the dimensions and how many universes there are and how many galaxies there are. Because, before technology, before there was the ability to look out there and see what was in the universe, we thought, oh, this is it, right? Earth, that's the only thing there is. We didn't understand what the sun was, or the moon, or those planets that we can see at night and the stars. But now we understand more fully what the universe is all about, and that there's more. It's not just us. We are not alone. Mama Hotto Bear, good morning to you. Marietta, my beautiful heart friend, I love you so much. Marietta, how are you doing? Do a check-in with us. I know that you had been making some changes and some things that you're doing differently, and we are supporting you 100% in your journey. So let us know how you're doing, sweet one. I care, and all of you, every one of you matters. If there's something going on, if there's something you're celebrating, there's birthdays this month, there's all kinds of energy that we can all get behind this month. So if we know that something's going on with somebody, we want updates. And Blue, I believe that you went to see Dolly yesterday, and I'd love to have that update about our Dolly. Good morning, Annie 7. And Blue, you love sneak treats. Okay. We all love treats. Jennifer Langren, good morning to you. Auntie Jean, I think it's a miracle how the light has traveled through time. It sure shows a wonderful plan, doesn't it? As Marietta says, everything is working perfectly. It certainly is. The planets stay in the sky or stay in the galaxy, and they don't crash into each other. They don't crash into us. There is just a perfection in everything that takes place, everything that's there for us to explore and see and try to understand, try to make sense of it. And sometimes you can't make sense of it. Sometimes you understand one thing and it's like, oh, but wait, there's more. And learning about one thing opens up the energy of something else. So it's one of those never-ending processes that when we try to look at it in one light, it always shows us a different way of seeing and a different way of being. I love that. Tammy Fisk, good morning to you. And Blue, no, mud pit of a road. Oh, you didn't get to see Dolly? Oh, man. I was hoping we had some good news about our Dolly this morning and that you were going to be able to give her our excitement that we're all going to be there to really see her and love on her and be in her presence. But that's all right. Sometimes we just have to wait for the good stuff. Sometimes it doesn't just pop up for us. There's a reason. There's always divine time. And I can't remember what night it was that the angels addressed that issue about how we want instant gratification. And that doesn't always happen, does it? Sometimes it's not supposed to happen when we think it's supposed to happen. but it happens when it's right, when we're ready to open up to it, when we're ready to accept it, then we get the miracle. So as much as we don't like it, we sometimes do have to wait. So we'll wait until that mud decides to dry up there. Good morning, Andrea Gregg. Looking forward to seeing you today. Jean Lorio says, Blue Jean, that is why Gizmo brought you the mouse, so you wouldn't miss Dolly. It was a substitute, right? I love that. All right, so let's do some wows. What's your wow? What is your wow today? Has something come up for you? Has something happened that you just say, step back and say, wow, that was awesome. Do we have anything awesome going on that we can work with, that we can all get into the energy of it and raise our vibration with it? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about any wow moments that you've had lately. And while you're doing that, I did pull our card from our beautiful Kuan Yin. I want to see what she has to say to us this morning, because Wow Wednesdays are an interesting energy. Wednesday is such a busy day for me. I don't know how it looks for any of you, but for me, there's a lot going on. We have book club coming up this afternoon. We have a class that Michelle and I are teaching later, and I'm doing a meditation with Ruth Anderson at 10 o'clock Eastern. We do meditation excavation. So yeah, it's a really full day for me. And then there's chanting, of course, every night. And I'd love to see more of you. Just pop in and say hello. You don't even have to chant with us. Just support what we are doing as far as chanting for more peace, love, and joy in our world. We'd love to have you just pop in and say hello to us while we're doing that. Marietta, we've just finished replacing the batteries and the inverter on Sweet Dreams. So now we are good to go. Wherever spirit may lead us in our travels, we've had lots of company here at Heart Harbor, a safe haven for boaters who the angels deliver across our path. We welcome the wows. You are a wow, Marietta. Thank you. Thank you for being that safe harbor. And wherever that boat takes you, I know that you're going to be a delight to others. And I think you're going to have some wows along the way. I think that's going to be magnificent. Maybe you will take that boat up to Vermont, New England area and join us in October. Wouldn't that be a wow? That would be a miracle if we could wrap our arms around our Marietta at the retreat. I would welcome that with open arms, Marietta. Annie 7, my wow is Grayson doing good in school. I woke this morning alive, well, and a beautiful life. Indeed. You know, our little ones that we are supporting right now are really doing well. Thank you for sharing about Grayson. And Oksana, her son Max, is doing really well. We've been lifting him up for a while now. And he's got a lot going on. He's got a fundraiser he's a part of. And I just sent him a little message yesterday that we're encouraging him. He can do this. He has to do a walk. So any of you that are connected in with Oksana, just let her know that you're supporting her little guy as he does this beautiful thing that he's learning from, that he's learning how much he is supported. And remember, he was having difficulty adjusting in school. And now here he is excited about participating with other kids at the school. Isabel Reese, good morning to you. Isabel, I am ready for the miracles and the wows in my life. Isabel, is it your birthday? I see Deirdre wishing you a happy birthday. I think I must have missed it. But if it's your birthday, I think we're going to do a celebration on Saturday for all the birthday peeps. Anybody that wants to come in that has an April birthday, because we have lots of you out there. Anybody that wants to come onto the Zoom and let us love on you, wish you a happy birthday, whether it's happened, happening, or will happen this month, come on Saturday. Would love to just wrap our arms around the birthday babies for April. Annie 7, being in love with life is a must. Great news for Max. He's been on my heart. Yeah, I think that's so awesome. I shared on my timeline the fundraiser that Max is doing. If anybody wants to, if you just want to send a message to Oksana and to Max, she'll pass it on to him. Just let him know that we're behind him 100%. Oksana, there you are. She says, thank you. I just came in. And wow, thank you so much for your support for Max. It is incredible. I am so happy to hear that. And yes, we're all behind that little guy, wanting him to have the very best experience ever in these formative years. It's important that he knows he's supported. And Auntie Jean says, thank you. Yes, Marietta, please come in. You will miss lots and lots of hugs if you don't. Oh my goodness. I can't even imagine what it's going to be like to see everyone giving those hugs and to experience it myself, to be around you. Most of you I've already met. I already know. So it's going to be a reunion for me to be there with you. But some of you I haven't met yet, and I'd love for you to be there. Yes, it is your birthday. Well, happy birthday, Isabel. Oh, sweet one. Thank you for coming in with us this morning on your birthday. And let's just wrap our arms around you. Let's give Isabel some birthday love. And Annie says, I will go look at Teri on your page. Yeah, I posted the fundraiser and just want to support Max. I want to support all of you P's. Whenever there's something going on, just let me know what's happening. And I'm right there. I'll be your cheerleader. I will be your biggest fan and support you through it. And Marietta says, I sure love hugs. Andrea says, go Max, we are all rooting for you. Blue, I spoke to a friend yesterday who is a fire marshal in Windsor Locks, Connecticut. He was investigating a car bomb, an attempted murder at the time I called him. He is going to retire. Wow, I'm so relieved and happy for him. He is going to go fishing on our Vermont lakes. Well, that's a great retirement, to sit there in all of that beautiful energy with the lakes and the mountains and the forest. I'm so happy that he wasn't harmed in that and that he's ready to get out of that dangerous career that he chose or that was chosen for him. You know, sometimes we're doing something and we know that it's in alignment and we know that that's what we came here to do, was to be that person living that kind of life. And Andrea says, go Max, we're all rooting for you. Yes, we are. And we're loving on our Isabel. It's her birthday. Hey, it's your birthday. Happy, happy birthday. And Isabel, I hope you can come on Saturday. Let's make it a fun party for all the birthdays. All right, so Kuan Yin, let's see what she has for us. The Empress of the Pearl. You have an inner gift of great value, born of a struggle, adversity, and challenge. In wisdom, you know that suffering can lead to growth, provided you are willing to search for a way to heal through it. Seeing challenges as ways to expand your spiritual light empowers you to focus on your growing light rather than getting caught up in the suffering. Oh my goodness. Yes, I just had this discussion, I think yesterday, with someone. I know it was recently, that sometimes we're so caught up in the actual experience, the challenge, the fire, climbing up that mountain, trying to get to the mountaintop, that we forget to take a pause. We forget to step away and just check in and say, hey, let me look at the blessing in the lesson. And that was a message the angels brought too, that every lesson, every struggle, every challenge that we have, there's a blessing in it. We don't always see it. We don't always think of it sometimes as a blessing. We're like, how can that be a blessing? You know, I'm going through this heaviness right now. I'm going through this real struggle, this real human thing that's happening. How can that possibly be a blessing? And trust me, I have asked that question many times in my life. Many of the things that I went through physically and emotionally when I was involved in relationships that were abusive or involved with someone who had an addiction problem, I would step away or run away or somehow get out of that situation. And I'm going, what the heck was that all about? And, you know, why did I have to go through that? I don't want to go through that. I don't want to ever have that again. And it was hard to see that there was a blessing there. But if we accept that we are here to go through the struggles, we're here to go through whatever experience that comes our way on this thing, this journey called life, then yes, every one of those experiences shape us. Every one of the fires that we walk over and those hot coals that our feet touch, those are all blessings because it's shaping who we are. It's helping us to understand more fully. It's helping us to ask the deeper questions. If life was just fun and games, never a bother, never an issue, we wouldn't be asking some of those deep questions. We wouldn't be looking at the true meaning of what we're doing here. It would just be a big party. And there's nothing wrong with parties. There's nothing wrong with enjoying yourself. We're here to enjoy life, but we're also here to make it through to the other side of whatever is presented, whatever comes our way. Because being in this human body is not easy sometimes. It is a struggle, and it is something that we have to consciously be aware that we chose this. We chose it for a reason. And that reason, you know, sometimes we figure it out and sometimes we don't, and that's okay too, as long as we just keep moving forward. And sometimes when we look back, that saying that hindsight is 20/20 is so true in our spiritual journey. When we look back and we see the things that have transpired, we see the people that came into our life, or the ones that we just gathered together like this family, and we can look back and we can see the perfection of that one day 2 years ago. You just celebrated our 2-year anniversary. But we can look back at that day and know that that was a divine moment in time. That was something that didn't just happen. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't a coincidence. That there was an inspired thought to sit out in nature and turn this live on Facebook and connect. And that's what we are. We are a family that connects with each other in a beautiful way. So let's see what you guys got going on. We have Oksana sharing with us. Wonderful. I think finally I was able to explain to Max the law of attraction. I told him that his thoughts and words are energy quests. Those quests go out and bring their buddies back. So if it was a quest of smiles, more smile buddies will come back. If it's a quest of complaints about school, more complain buddies will come back. What a great way to help him understand, to help us all understand, right? It's so true. You know, the other night, the angels were having me write about planting seeds. And whatever seed we're planting, the same concept, if we plant a seed of happiness and joy, that seed is going to sprout more of that into the world. It's going to open up, and that's what people are going to experience that are around us. If we're planting a seed of grumbling and griping and complaining, then yeah, there's going to be more of that showing up in our world. So thank you, Oksana. Thank you for helping your little one and for helping all of us this morning to think along those lines of what seed am I planting? What quest am I going on? What am I looking for? Am I looking for the happy, happy, joy, joy? Or am I looking for somebody to commiserate with me? Misery loves company. And let's look at that as we do our self-talk. One thing that has evolved with the blogs, for those of you that are following them and reading what the angels have for us every night, the one thing that has evolved and changed recently is I was inspired to do a promise to myself every day. Every day, there can be a commitment. And that's what they showed me. So that's included in the blogs now. Every time that they give their message, then I share what my promise is to myself and hoping that it will inspire you to do the same. If you're reading the blogs or if you're not, bless you. And maybe you'll think along that line of what promise can I make to myself today? And I'm going to see if I can read the one that was last night. Because last night I had done a lot of connecting in with Dolores Cannon, with some of the pioneers who brought forth some wonderful understanding for us. So my promise to myself from last night was I promise to remain open to new possibilities that go far beyond anything I could ever dream for myself. So opening up to what is possible, what's the potential once we let go of the restrictions, once we let go of the resistance to whatever is there. You know, when I first heard of string theory and M theory and all of these things that the scientists were doing to try to make sense of what they were seeing with their instruments, with their measuring of things and looking at our universe and other universes, other galaxies, I resisted. I'm like, what are y'all talking about? This is our universe. What we see is what we get, right? And then having to open up to, oh, wait a minute. It's like thinking that we're the only life form in this big universe and opening up to, no, we're not. So now we can open up to, we're not the only universe. There are other universes. And I was listening to somebody that was saying, on each universe, there could be a version of ourselves. We could be having an experience similar to what we're having on this one. And I think that's a pretty mind-blowing thought, that we're doing this not just on Earth, not just in our universe, but possibly in many others as well. So there's like a whole wormhole we can go down and try to just understand and get a grasp on things. But it's too early in the morning to take that deep of a dive. So we're just going to go to our prayer requests and welcome in Julie Kiss. Good morning, sweet Julie. I hope you're doing well today. Marietta says, open up. Opportunities present enlightenment now. Unconditional peace. Absolutely, Marietta. And I know you're open. I know that you really connect in with the fact that whatever is there is perfection and everything is working perfectly the way it's supposed to. And as we open up to more of what it is to be, to just be, to not have to do, not have to figure it all out, not have to put all the pieces of the puzzle together at one time, then we can just be in our energy. And it's okay. It's okay that we don't have all of the answers. And Isabel, you're going to be there on Saturday. Awesome. We're going to have a birthday celebration this Saturday. I'm hoping that our Hope can be with us. Her birthday is this month as well. Any of you celebrating an April birthday, come on in. Rosalind just had hers. We celebrated that. And I just want to celebrate everyone. I want you to feel special during your special time of the year. Deirdre, prayers for all humans, for Gaia, and for world peace, of course. Yes, yes. So let's put any prayer requests that you have into the comments. I'm going to go ahead and pull up our prayer list. And yes, it is long. Yes, we keep adding to it, and I love that. I love that we all trust the family that we have here. We trust each other with our concerns about our loved ones, anything that's going on. We bring that here and put it in a big prayer circle. And that's what we pray for every day, is what's on this list. And Oksana says, I truly believe in the power of my spirit, soul, my true self. Therefore, I stand in my power firmly with both feet and go forward one step at a time with ease, with confidence, with love, with joy. Amen. Amen, sister. I hear you. I'm right there with you on that. And yes, yes, yes. So let's go to our prayer list. I've just got to find it here. Give me a moment. Okay, so I'm going to go through these pretty quickly, but as I say them, just go into your heart, send some love to each name that comes up. And remember that these are names that have been brought to us for us to love on, for us to lift up, and for us to have the knowingness that when two or more are gathered, that our prayers are increased in potency. And Kathleen, a friend, has an animal rescue, Camp Happy Trails. She contacted me yesterday because an adorable puppy she took in on Friday was mauled by one of the other dogs. His name is Augie, and he will need surgery to fix a broken jaw, eye socket, and more. Please pray for this little pup. We certainly will. And Isabel, I hope you have a beautiful day. You're on our prayer list, honey, you and your family. And on our prayer list is Prachetta, Prachir, Navriti, Jasmine and her daughters and her mom, Abha, Billy and Tim, Sheila and Kevin, Gary, James, Loretta and Cecil, Joanne Castillo, her daughter Jackie and her grandson Eris, Deirdre and your daughter Danya and beautiful Thump, Deirdre's sister Steph and her husband Bob, Gina, Adriel, Joni, Suzanne Millard and her wonderful family, her daughters Jillian and Jackie and her granddaughter, Marietta and Ed and good girl Pearl, ready to cast away in that beautiful boat, Claude and Raquel, Leo Harley and your family, DJ Blaze, Lakshmi, Ken, Jebby, Jim and his son, Ryan, Rick and Josie, and let's add Tiffany in there. Rick, if you can give us an update if Tiffany's doing any better. You know, she had a bad day yesterday, so let's lift her up in our prayers. Tona Jaraba, Tammy Williams, Meg and Jim Lorio, Jean and Ron Lorio and your family, Christina and Carrie Leftwich, Mary Lou Burdick and her family. We haven't seen our Mary Lou in a bit. I'm hoping she'll be at book club today. Catherine and Michael Kovacs and your family and your fur babies. And I saw that you asked for prayers today, Catherine. You're always in our prayers. Every day we lift you up. Roslyn, good vibes. Sally and Tony. And Sally, I don't know if you're still listening. I saw you in earlier, but let us know how Tony is doing as well. I know we've been lifting her higher with what's going on physically with her. Kathy and Bob Hand, and Kathy had great news yesterday, miracle answers to prayer, and we celebrate with you, Kathy. Michael, Patty, Sonia, Bo and Candy, Paul and Marlene, Joe and Molly, Pat Moss, her daughter and her grandchildren, Olivia and Tom, and her sister Susan, Becky LaFave and Travis, Erica Hoppy and her family, Corinne, Charlie Coons, and your family. Charlie's probably in the kitchen cooking breakfast right now. His brother Raymond and his wife Kathy, Hope Wellington Marshall, and Zena, our beautiful Zen, and Hope's parents, Winston and Cynthia, Trey Horn, Andrea Gregg, Catherine, Eric, John, Tatiana, Annie Seven, and Grayson, Regina and Adam, Rick in the ICU, Tiffany's back at work. Oh, good. Thank you, Rick, for that update. Betty, Cassandra, Destiny, Luz, Christine Lewis, Gail and Nick, Jennifer and Micah, Oksana and her mom, Amber, Jenna, Katia, and Maximus and his teacher, Herb, Darlene, Caitlin and Aunt Gail, Isabel and Paul Reese and their daughters, Inesh and Teresa, Beata with skin cancer and Juliana, her daughter, Linda and Dick Lemieux and their sons and grandchildren, Linda's friend in Sarasota, Stacy and Josh Lord and their children and grandchildren, her mom Karen and her uncle, I believe his name is Richard. Yes. Mary Lord, Buster, Wayne, Blue Jean, and Dave Walensky, their fur babies, Pocky, Gruff, Wizzy Bee, Blue, Lulu, and Gizmo, Dolly the horse, Pam and Gordy, Lindsay, Kat, Steve, Candy and Pastor Bruce, Jay and Lee, the Deerfield Valley, Brookie Woodside and her family, Norma, who passed from lung cancer, we pray for her family, the Girardis, Jeanette and Ernie, Sean, Angel and Derek, Lily Ann and her family in Norway, Kathleen Caputo, lifting you up for physical healing, Colleen Straw, Catherine, baby Wyatt, baby Haven, Alba. I had the pleasure of speaking with Alba myself, and what a beautiful light she is. Let's lift her up high. Dottie and Don, Tom Brown, Christina Schaff, Grace Isis, and all of her family in Kenya, Raymond, Darren Walker, Arthur Thompson, Karen Palmer and her family. I'll be with Karen tomorrow. I'm so excited to go visit with her for a day. Vicki King, Elaine Armstrong, Elena, Marianne, Henrik and Lorraine, Tammy Fisk and your daughter and your sister Tracy, Lori, Kelly, Rochelle Martinez and her mom Rose, Stephen, Catherine, Ruth Anderson and her family, Jeannie and Sister Merle, the area of Boulder, Colorado, Deb Goldberg and her family, Michelle with breast cancer, Crystal and Dean Nobles and their sons Gabriel and Jacob and Brody the dog, Laura Hill, Joanne Rice, Julia Osborne, Sharon Rhea. I'm hoping to see her when I go into Arizona. Sherry Gatewood and your family, Hanaya Hummingbird, Tammy Hill, Phil B., Lynn Gallagher, Terry Wilderman, Mary Quintoli and her friends in Florida, Irene and Eduardo, Eddie Quills, Jose, Michael Murdoch, Jessica, Fidel, Camilla and Nick, Lynn Andriozzi, Frank, Albie, Viola, Kenneth, Bobby, Monsi. I heard from Monsi just recently. Let's lift her up in prayer. Kamal, Maddie, Akil, Noel, Yuri, Scott, Letitia, Mary, Joshua, James, Drake, Alicia Burns, Pam Dyke, Betsy, Kimberly, Ellen, Sue Seekoff and her family, Terry Gilstad, the Walters family, Chiara, Marissa, Allie, Bree, Claudia, Gracie, Mary Ann Pish and her family, Cassandra and Danny Gary, Linny, Rick Alfick. I actually had the pleasure of talking to Rick this week, and he still needs our prayers big time. Rick went through some heart surgeries, a heart attack, a stroke. He really was hit hard physically, but he's fighting and he's getting stronger every day. So let's help him on his journey with our prayers. John Thaddeus Fiore, Kuka Carney and her family, Bob Simon, who just lost his mom, and my best friend Sherry Otis in Florida, Sharon Boyle and Zoe, Carol Fisher, Jay Rothman and Mary, Deborah, Violet, Walter, Brookie's Aunt Jeannie, Shelley, Sue and her grandchildren, Carrie's mom, Maggie's mom, Freddie, Bradley Capone, Andy, Amanda Summer, Robert Dosa, Marie Jankovic, Miles and Sarah, Debbie Carol Hawks, who's in need of a kidney, Carl, and Brutus the dog. And then we're adding in the one that Kathleen told us about. I don't think you gave us a name there, but that beautiful, his name is Augie. So putting Augie on our list, and I know Blue will put him in the Reiki grid as well. So thank you for listening to the names. Thank you for knowing that each name matters. Each person is important. And I'm going to add on to that list every one of you. If your name wasn't spoken, just know that you're on our list that we pray for every day. And let's go into our hearts right now with all of these names and all of you. Let's see you standing in that prayer circle. And we'll add Chris Blake. Thank you, Blue. I'll do that right after the show, adding Chris Blake back on the list. So in our hearts, let's hold all of these names. And if there are unspoken ones, if there are ones that aren't on the list but need to be, just let me know that so I can put them on there. But take a breath in. Take that breath coming right from the great central sun, the breath coming from spirit, that healing breath. Kuan Yin says that we heal with love. So let's shed love over every one of these requests, every name, every place, everything that was brought up, our Mama Gaia, peace on earth, everything that's a desire in our heart, that's a burden to see the change of it. Let's just place that energy and ask that whatever happens comes to fruition for the best and highest good of all. And now let's put our arms around each other, loving on each other, giving that beautiful energy of love and light. And we do that as the heart telephone. So we do it on the count of 3, 2, 1. The magic words. Thank you. I love you. I love you all so much. Thank you for being part of my journey. Thank you for being on this thing called Earth that we're all walking around on and helping each other to walk home, to have more full understanding about what we're doing here and how we can spread more peace, love, and joy into our world. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you have a beautiful Wow Wednesday. And we're going to be wowed by our Leo right now with a Cuppa Fulla Joy.
Good morning, Earthlings. It's time to get up and get ready because today's the perfect day to have a great day. Here we go, come on, come on. Come on, let's play. It's a beautiful day. If you woke up this morning, might as well be
Blue,
part
I
of
see
it.
your message. Kuan Yin
So
with
now
the
me shuffle
violet rose.
harmony. You and me,
With
mama,
her
be on the
pearls
lead.
on.
Wherever means out there, we create a portal where we can be together. The heart telephone is always one phone call away. Calling on the guys, the angels, and the masters. Take a deep breath, we're going into a new dimension. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, every day at 8. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy,
thank you,
every day at
Marietta. So
8. To
much
start the
love
day
to
on a
you
high
as
vibe, we call
well.
the
So
AAA.
grateful for
Morning
you.
Cuppa Fulla Joy with all
Grateful
the
that
peas
you're
and
in
the
my
pod.
life.
The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a Cuppa Fulla Joy, give me a Cuppa Fulla. Give me a Cuppa Fulla Joy, give me a Cuppa Fulla. Cuppa full of joy, full of light, full of love. Bottomless refuse, spilling out from the top. Here, the coffee's always hot and the trust is always yours. The sun is calling out to play, let's put on a show. Today's a new day, we all part of this game. Let's play to win. Love always is the winning team. And you can side with us, there is always no space in the pot. For more love, take a spot and get the day started. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, every day at 8. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, every day at 8. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a Cuppa Fulla Joy, give me a Cuppa Fulla. Give me a Cuppa Fulla Joy, give me a Cuppa Fulla. Give me a Cuppa Fulla Joy, give me a Cuppa Fulla. Give me a Cuppa Fulla Joy, give me a Cuppa Fulla. There really is no secret. We simply accept, align, allow. AAA, morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, every day at 8. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, every day at 8. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste.
Leo, thank you for being with us today.
Cuppa Fulla Joy. Cuppa Fulla Joy, give me a give me Cuppa Joy, 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 give me Cuppa Give me Cuppa Joy. 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 Woo!
Love you all. Thank you for being here. Stay in your heart. Stay blessed. Have a beautiful Wow Wednesday. Namaste, y'all. I will see you later. Bye, everybody.